Like, I look back on some of my intros and I'm like, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And now I'm all like, hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Alright guys, so today we are actually going to be doing a video that I have filmed like twice and have just never uploaded. So I was like, look, we got the background, things are consistent, let's just refilm it, and this time we will get it out. And that is talking about opinions concerning makeup that have changed kind of since my involvement with YouTube as a creator, as well as things that have changed concerning opinions through my makeup journey, because I have learned a lot about myself and my preferences via being on YouTube and kind of trying more makeup. I've got a cute little list of opinions, the old opinions and then the new opinions, and then we'll just kind of discussy that, but let's just do it. Okay, the first old opinion is the fact that I need everything and I need to like everything. And the new opinion is that there are bad products no matter the brand, and the need for everything is a lie perpetuated by bigger beauty gurus. I'm not salty at all. Back when I kind of first started my whole makeup journey, or just getting into makeup, I was really very much like, I need to have everything. Every single release, whether it was drugstore, high-end, indie, whatever, if it was new on the market, I would go on these crazy crusades to every single available place to see if I could find them. So we're talking anything from blush, eyeshadow, lipstick, lip gloss, bronzers, even though I didn't bronze. And so it was just this constant bombardment of like, I need to have everything. And then that kind of fed into the, well, I need to love everything, because you'd see all these positive reviews and all these positive things, and if something didn't work necessarily for me, I'd be like, well, I must be the problem. When in reality, not every product works for everybody, and just because a product is released by a certain brand doesn't mean it gets the automatic stamp of being a good quality product. Another old opinion is I need all the face palettes. And then my new opinion, which is a new opinion as well as something I've learned about myself, is I actually pull for single highlighters, blushes. If I am gonna bronze, I pull for single things more than I do for palettes. And I love palettes. I would be like, I'm sure you guys may have seen a previous video where I was like, you put face products in a palette and I am sold. Just shut up and take my money. But something that I've come to realize, like I said, is the fact that I don't need all of the face palettes because I don't use them. And oftentimes limited edition face palettes, which, let's be honest, most of the time they are limited edition because we're thinking holiday and spring and whatever releases, they tend to be inferior quality compared to the single items. Take, for example, the Urban Decay Afterglow Sin whatever blush highlighter palette. It had the highlighter Sin in it, which is one of their like cult whatever highlighters. I love that highlighter, but the one in the palette was not the same quality / formula as the original. I've just really taken a step back from face palettes. Like, I've seen a fair amount of them come out recently where I'm like, the face palette lover in me really wants those, but the realistic part of me that's like, but you have 1, 2, 3 drawers filled with a myriad of face palettes that you don't reach for now. Old opinion, all the brands. New opinion, cruelty-free is actually something that's important to me. When I started YouTube and when I started just, makeup, cruelty-free wasn't something that was, I don't know if I was like not necessarily aware, or if, I just don't think I really thought about it. And then as kind of I came into having my own pets and my own animals, and you take that and you think and you're like, there really isn't any point in supporting a brand that tests on animals. There are plenty of other fantastic, amazing brands from the really low-end price, such as Wet n Wild, that not only has cruelty-free, but a lot of vegan products, to higher-end brands that are also cruelty-free. I have got a plethora to choose from, and it started off kind of difficult because I'd see something and I'd be like, oh man, you know, I wish I could have that. But the more I've really stuck to it, then the easier it's gotten, because I find that I don't even pay attention to those brands. Like, they're not even on my radar. And one thing that's been really nice, that in my time of turning cruelty free to now, one of my favorite drugstore brands, CoverGirl, has transitioned into being cruelty free. And there are also other brands that are taking steps to becoming cruelty free. We're working on outlawing animal testing and all kinds of good things like that, and that is just really fantastic, because I remember my friend Cameron, he and I were out and we were just scouring the drugstore, and he was like, oh, look at this, and I'm like, well, I can't buy that because it's not cruelty free. And he was kind of like, well, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, they test their products on animals. And what went through his mind was, they test their products on what? He was just like confused, because he was like, so they put lipstick on a bunny? And I had to explain and be like, no, it's more like they scrape the skin off and apply whatever, and then they drop it in the eyes and whatever. And he was like, oh wow, that's really horrible. I do think that a lot of people don't really know / understand what goes into animal testing and why it is so horrible. I don't need any animals dying for me to wear a lipstick or whatever. I'm gonna keep going on that cruelty-free train. Old opinion, high end is best. New opinion, makeup is good or bad no matter the brand or how much it costs. I think that kind of back in the day, there was a very big disconnect in the quality between drugstore and high end. High end was something that you could always rely on. You were like, every time I purchase this, it's going to be good quality. And drugstore was kind of like, oh, well, it's okay for the drugstore. They'd have a few hidden gems or whatever. But with the insurgence of these less expensive, more affordable, and drugstore price brands that are really knocking it out of the park with formulas. Just to name a few, we've got Wet n Wild, we've got LA Girl, we've got Model's Own, Essence, Catrice, Linden, Milani, just a myriad of drugstore and affordable brands that have these products that rival their high-end counterparts. And so I used to also fall under that, well, I'm gonna always want to purchase high-end, and I guess if something interesting or I have to, I'll do drugstore, but there isn't that, the lines have become very blurred. And you can get super high quality at the drugstore or at a more affordable price on Ulta. And we're also dealing with, having the higher end makeup being less consistent. For example, the Natasha Denona Tropic palette that I thought was absolutely horrible. Too Faced has been hitting dud after dud after dud. Kat Von D, Urban Decay, all of these brands that used to be like the end all be all are just kind of falling from grace because of this inconsistent quality control. Old opinion, I have to do makeup like every other beauty guru to fit in. New opinion, I can still be me, be creative, wear crazy colors, and still find appreciation. If you guys were to go like way back in Soraya's YouTube history and watch some of my earlier videos, you would witness kind of, I feel, a more subdued, less realistic version of myself. Because back then, I kind of like saw other big beauty gurus. I didn't really watch them, but I kind of saw, for example. And I then tried to kind of model my channel and my presentation by them. And I wasn't really thriving or growing as a creator. It wasn't until I started just being myself that I really started to get some positive feedback, getting more subscribers and people who appreciated me, even though I'm not like cut crease, brows on fleek, super plump lip, stereotypical guru. Which is honestly something I would never want to be, though. If I could master the art of overlining my lips, that would be fantastic, because your girl got some thin lips. But it's the type of thing, anytime I get any kind of hate saying my eyebrows are horrible, or they hate my makeup, or I'm too loud, or I'm too obnoxious, I just think to myself, I have y'all who have been so supportive and in my corner and been there through everything. I don't feel like I need to change myself because of one butthurt person when all I'm doing is being me. If you don't like me, click out, unsubscribe, do your thing. But it has just been such a better YouTube journey when I finally just allowed myself to be who I wanted to be on camera. Old opinion. Specific brands are always consistent. New opinion. Every brand, no matter how good or expensive, have inconsistencies. Kind of in that same with the whole, you have to buy all the high end. There kind of is this preconceived idea that higher end or specific brands are going to have products that are always quote unquote good quality. But in reality, we have learned on this channel that no matter how much you love the brand, no matter how good the brand is, they're all going to have duds. And I feel like, especially recently, high end has just been dudding and dudding and dudding left and right. So no brand is free from the possibility of having a crap product. They're just, I feel with the saturation, another problem with certain brands being consistent, they were a lot more consistent when they were releasing less. And now we're releasing more, we're shilling it left and right, it's falling from the skies, it's raining men. And the attention to detail, especially formula-wise, because y'all know a lot of brands, two-faced. Pay attention to detail when it comes to packaging, but not so much when it comes to their formulas. It's more like quantity over quality, and that's not cute. Old opinion, I have to be perfect at makeup. New opinion, if it makes me happy, it doesn't matter. I really resent people who say someone's makeup is terrible for the sake of being negative. There is a difference between being constructive and being like, foundation, little orange. I've had some of y'all been like, girl, a little tone difference there, and I've had, people who offer me constructive criticism that actually helps my makeup application. But that is very different than someone who's just hating on someone. And I feel like makeup is honestly at times such a frivolous thing. We're applying whatever colors to our lids, cheeks, lips, and whatever. It's not that big of a deal. If it makes that person happy, who are we to pass judgment? We're honestly really not. When I used to watch those makeup fails compilation, and I don't watch them anymore because I'm like, look, makeup is a preference. How people do their makeup is a preference. Some people are super, super talented just in doing it, just period. But if it makes that person happy or they feel beautiful, we don't matter. It's their bubble, it's their whatever. No need to be gnarly. I've come to that thing with me, every day is a learning experience. If you look at my makeup at beginning of YouTube to now, I have gotten better. We're actually doing the whatever, though they're kind of jacked at the end. But I'm progressing and I'm getting better, and it makes me feel good, whether my eyeliner is perfect that day or it's not amazingly blended or I haven't managed to overline my lips perfectly. If it makes me happy in my little makeup whatever world, then I'm good with that. I'm just gonna end it there for you guys. This was just kind of a willy-nilly mishmash whatever that I thought would make an interesting video. Definitely give me your guys's, like, some things, some opinions that you've had that have changed over the years, what you think about these, if you agree with me or you don't. Always start a lovely discussion down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!